In this video, we'll look at solving a trigonometry word problem that has conversions. So, we're told that two fire towers observe a fire in the United States, as shown below in the diagram. How far is the fire from the United States fire tower in miles? Okay, well in the diagram here I labeled this corner C, that's the Canada Tower. It's 2.6 miles to the B, the US Tower, and it's 4.3 K to the fire that they see. And the angle between those is 37 degrees. So we're going to solve this. If you haven't already, I suggest you watch videos on trigonometry. But before we can start pulling out our trigonometry skills, we need to convert, because you can't solve when the units are different. We can either convert to kilometers or we can convert to miles. I'd prefer to convert to miles because the answer is in miles. So I'll go through it quickly. Please watch a video on conversions if you haven't already, if you don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going to convert these kilometers to miles. So the number of miles is going to be 4.3 kilometers times, I'm trying to get rid of kilometers, so those go on the bottom, and I'm going to miles, so those go on the top. On a test you'd be given the conversion that 1 mile is 1.6093 kilometers. So let's do the conversion. I got 4.3, and you can times by 1, but that doesn't really do anything. 4.3 times by 1 is still 4.3, divided by 1.6093. And let's round to 3 decimals, so I'll need a rounding dot. So that's approximately 2.672 miles. Okay, now I've got it both in miles. I'm going to label this, just so I don't mess it up, 2.672 miles. And I'll label all my sides here. This is baby C, this is baby A across from capital A, and this is baby B across from capital B. And what I'm trying to solve for is the distance from the US fire tower to the fire. That's this C, or I'll call it X as well. I'm trying to solve for that. So what do I use? Well, there's videos on this too, but you should recognize I have side, angle side, and the angles between them. That's time for cosine law. Here's the cosine law I'm going to use. I'm solving for side C here. C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine of capital C. So X squared equals A squared, that's this one, 2.6 squared, plus B squared, that's that one, 2.672 squared, minus 2 times the A, same number, times the B, same number, cosine of the angle, 37 degrees. Let's put that in brackets. Okay, need my calculator for sure here. So I get 2.6 squared, that's 6.76, plus 2.672 squared, that's 7.139584. Please keep all the decimals here. Minus, and now I'm going to do all those times together. 2 times 2.6 times 2.672 times the cosine of 37. Check that I'm in degrees. Yep. And I get, keep all the decimals, 11.09656123. Now I kept all the decimals, but for sure when you do cosine of 37, your calculator had to round, so put a rounding dot here please. Very common that the third last line has a rounding dot. Okay, now I get x squared equals, now I'll put all these together, this plus this minus this. 6.76 plus 7.139584 minus 11.09656 and I get 2.80302277. Now, no rounding dot. Why? Because my calculator didn't round this time. It rounded on this third last line, but on the second last line, there's no rounding. It's just the exact answer, so no rounding dot. My last line though is going to have a rounding dot because I need to get this x by itself, but right now it's squared. What's the opposite of square? Square root. So I'll square root both sides. Make sure your square root covers the whole number. That square root cancels out the square. We just get x. And now let's round to 3 decimal places. What's the square root of that number? Square root of 2.80302277 equals, well, I round to 3 decimals, 1.674, and the answer is in miles. But it's a word problem, so we need a word answer. Therefore, the fire is 1.674 miles from the U.S. Tower. And there you have it. We've solved a trigonometry word problem that had conversions. We first labeled our triangle, and we converted everything to miles, in this case the kilometers to miles. We used cosine law because we had side, angle between side, and we solved using cosine law. One last thing, don't worry about the fact that this side's number is smaller. The diagrams aren't always to scale. Instead, be confident that you've done it the right way and this answer is right. Well done.